Why would you want to be on the market when there's 6,000 houses for sale when you could be on the market now and there's 4,000 houses for sale?
Right.
You know, the buyers have less to choose from, then these houses are more likely to sell. So if I'm a seller, I would try and beat everybody to the punch. I would sell it now while the world is still good.
There you go. Hey there, everyone. Dave Barlow here with the gang from Sell for 1%. We got Jay Marinsky. We got Jada Bomb. Rich, we don't have a nickname for you. What your friends in high school call you?
Dirk.
What was it?
My football coach named me Cirque.
Cirque.
C-E, yeah, for Circone, C-E-R-C.
Okay. And we have Cirque online with us here today. We're expecting big news from the Fed. What are the people on the ground saying there, Rich?
Well, Dave, it's January 28th. I woke up this morning and the thermometer said minus 10 degrees. And I think there's about a minus 10% chance that the Fed will lower rates today from what the market is telling us. So no one's expecting a rate cut today. So we're just kind of in a holding pattern. We've got two things going on: a weak job market, which should lead to lower rates, and inflation, which is still not quite where they want it to be. So those things being equal, I don't think we're going to get any kind of rate increase. They're in the low sixes like they have been for a while, which is much better than when it was 8. So we have come down, but we aren't down to where some people expect it to be.
So at least for the time being, we're sitting tight. Where's the 10-year bond? I didn't take a quick look.
425.
420.
And for context, it was in the low fours at the beginning of January. We started out 406, 407, and we're at 425. That's a big move in the 10-year Treasury, which is what's loosely tied to mortgage rates. The economy is stalling. It needs to get lower interest rates, and we're just kind of stuck here at this point.
Okay. A quote for a mortgage today?
In general, the average person is going to see 6 and an eighth, 6 and a quarter, something like that.
What do you think it's going to take to see rates below 6%?
Well, as we've said many times, it's not so much whether they lower rates, it's what the sentiment is. And the market just isn't buying a long-term lowering of interest rates. And we've talked a lot about quantitative easing, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of impetus to dump money from the Fed into buying bonds, which is what quantitative easing is. I don't see a projection where we're going to be much lower than this year. That's my opinion.
So we've had things that the administration has announced. They are floating, making mortgages portable, so I can take my 3% that I have now and go buy another home.
It's just talk right now. I don't see the portable mortgage thing happening. If it happens, it's going to be a reset where they start changing the way mortgages are closed. And so from here onward, you might see mortgages be portable, but they're not going to go back and say that 2.5%. You can take it wherever you want now. Go right ahead, because those are contracts. Investors have bought those bonds, and those are in place just the same as back in 2008 when they said, well, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac should just lower the rates for people and they should just forgive some of these ARM increases. Well, it was impossible to do that because these were contracts that were already signed, sealed, and delivered. That's kind of political posturing, because there's no way that they're going to say, okay, Dave, you got a 2.5 and you can keep that 2.5 and you can go buy something else now. They might say, okay, you can close today at 6. And then if you later on you want to take it somewhere else, you can. But
Right.
to think that we're going to go back and make this retroactive, that's not something that's going to happen, I don't believe. I'm sorry to tell you.
There you go.
You're going to have to call Rich.
There, there you go. Jada Bomb, what are you seeing out there on the seller side?
Days on market still at right around 100. The median is a nice sweet spot of 70 days on the market. Interestingly, my listing contract is 90 days. So it's taking most realtors 6 months and ours is 3 months. And so that's us putting our money where our mouth is, that we can outperform the market and get things sold much quicker than the average realtor can
Right.
for the low price of just 1%. The inventory levels right now, when I pulled it up this morning, 4,100 exactly. I was looking just out of curiosity, the Columbus stats, which might be pure propaganda. No one can tell. We're about 1,000 to 1,500 listings off the market right now. I don't know that I would wait until April and May to list, because that's when everyone's going to list.
Right.
Why would you want to be on the market when there's 6,000 houses for sale, when you could be on the market now and there's 4,000 houses for sale?
Right.
You know, the buyers have less to choose from, then these houses are more likely to sell. So if I'm a seller, I would try and beat everybody to the punch. I would sell it now while the world is still good.
There you go. Convert it into gold or silver.
Silver is still your better buy, but gold's going to be easier to carry when the world ends.
There you go. There you go. Always thinking ahead. That man's a thinking man. Jay Marinsky on the buyer side. I know showings have been few and far between.
Yeah, I think the weather might have something to do with that. Not much has changed since our last week's meeting on the buyer side. If you're looking to buy, I think now is a great time. I have a few friends that are starting to look, and now is a great time to start looking, in my opinion. Besides, if you can, you should.
The one thing, and Jay, you can let me know what you're seeing on your listings. I have seen more contracts coming in on my listings than 30 days ago.
Well, that's the other reason why, if you're a seller, get it out there, because if you're looking in the cold, in the dark, I mean, you're serious.
Right.
So, you know, the buyers that are looking, they need to buy something. They're not out just kicking tires for funsies. I mean, coming out of Christmas, I was starting to sell houses pretty much immediately. It's been, up until this snowstorm, it's been very strong. I'm telling my sellers right now, the roads aren't great. So people aren't really out and about too much. You're going to have slow traffic. We'll see what this weekend looks like, but it's frickin' freezing outside, Mr. Bigglesworth.
I'm
It's
happy that
cold.
the roads are a lot less traveled right now. It's like going back to COVID years.
Nothing will be as good as that. That was the best part about COVID.
Like
I
two
could
cars
get
on the
anywhere in
road.
the city in 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, yesterday
Exactly.
I'm driving and like people are stopping on the freeway, and I'm like driving by, yelling out the window, "You can't park there!" You know, it's like it was crazy. It's like no one knows how to drive.
Yeah.
Well,
COVID.
the lanes that they plowed would just disappear into the lane next to it. On 71, it's like, this is a highway. It's merging into each other on the plow. Like, that's so dangerous and out of control.
Well, there were cars plowed in when I was coming back. I got stuck in the snow yesterday, and after I got unstuck, I immediately went to get new tires. And on the way back home, there's like 5 or 6 cars that were abandoned, just plowed in on the side of the freeway. And then one guy, we're 70 and 71, that interchange coming out of downtown, heading back towards the west side. There was a car that smashed into one of the cars on the side of the road. It's like, what are you, like, texting, not paying attention? And
Well,
you know,
there's also a number of reports of, you know, people getting hit by plows because they're trying to go out around them. You know, if I see a plow, I'm in behind the guy, unless he's throwing salt, and then I'm way back because I don't want my car to be sandblasted. But, you know, I'm in behind the plow guy because that's the best lane to be in. But these people try to go out and around, and then they get turned sideways and hit by a plow. So
yeah, it's crazy. Ambulances and plows, get behind them and follow their lead.
now we will be testing my theory. Last weekend of the month is this coming weekend. And we'll see if showings are up, if we get more contracts, and we'll talk about that next week. So everybody make a mental note to keep track.
Yeah, and if you're not giving mental notes, just go ahead and ring the bell and get notified. So instead of a mental note, get the email from YouTube that we're back on. Hit subscribe, like the channel, leave comments. Let us know what you think in the comments below.
Oh boy.
We will see you next week. Thank you for watching.